It was just another ordinary afternoon at Dawson's Thrift in a sleepy suburb on the edge of Ohio. The kind of place where forgotten furniture, cracked vinyl records, and oddball knickknacks collect dust in long aisles. Beneath flickering fluorescent lights. No one expected anything unusual that day. But then, Linda Barnstor, manager, ex-librarian, known for her meticulous sorting of secondhand junk, found it. She was reorganizing the back storage area, a job she'd put off for weeks, when her hand brushed against something stuck behind a warped wooden shelf. Curious, she pushed the shelf aside, and there it was, an unmarked cardboard box, taped hastily shut. Inside were 5 VHS tapes. 4 had labels: old soap operas, a wedding, some home movies. But the 5th was different. It had no markings, no sticker, just the wordplay scrawled in red ink across the front. Handwritten, uneven, as if scratched on in a rush. Linda, thinking nothing of it, added the tape to the front display, by next to an old VCR that hadn't sold in months. And that, they say, was the beginning. A local college student named Darren picked it up that same day. A film major, into analog horror and lost media. He posted a picture on his Reddit account. Just scored some creepy old tapes from the thrift shop. This one's literally labeled Play, LOL. Probably a 90s horror bootleg. He went home, microwaved some popcorn, slid the tape into his VCR, and hit play. What happened next is where the legend begins. Darren's roommate, Max, gave the first account. At 12:04 a.m. that night, he heard Darren screaming, not shouting. Screaming. By the time Max forced open the locked bedroom door, Darren was on the floor, pale, shaking. The television was filled with static. The VCR was still running. Darren never said what he saw. Over the next few days, his behavior changed. He stopped going to class. He'd stare at the walls for hours, drew circles in his notebook, spoke to shadows. On day 5, Max found him in the shower, fully clothed, muttering something over and over. It's not a tape, it's a door. It's a door. It's a door. On day 7, Darren was found dead in his bed. No wounds, no signs of overdose, eyes wide open, expression twisted in terror, like he'd died mid-scream. The coroner ruled it a cardiac arrest, but Max knew better. He smashed the tape, threw it out, deleted the Reddit post. But the damage was done. The post had been screenshotted, shared, copied. People began asking questions. What was on the tape? Where did it come from? Is it real? And slowly the tape resurfaced. Within months, the story spread beyond Reddit. A YouTuber named CreepyCat uploaded a reaction video, found the cursed play tape. It hit 600k views in 2 days. But the video was abruptly taken down. Her followers were confused. A week later, she was gone. Channel deleted. Instagram vanished. No explanation. Then came the podcaster in Michigan. Same deal. Watched the tape, joked about it online, then was found dead in his apartment a week later, locked from the inside. Heart stopped, eyes wide, same terror-stricken face. Journalist Melody Reyes started connecting the dots. She compiled a list. 9 known deaths, all within 7 days of watching the tape, all unexplained, all eerily similar. She called it the 7-day spiral. Each victim reportedly experienced a vivid, often terrifying dream. The night after watching. Electrical disturbances, lights flickering, phones glitching. Seeing a shadowy figure in mirrors, hearing whispers when alone, an overwhelming sense of dread. Isolation. Friends say they changed, pushed people away. Sudden, unexplained death always. On the 7th day. Coincidence? Internet hoax? Maybe. But too many people had died to ignore it. Enter Dr. Ayanna Kessler, a cryptologist from MIT, with a strange hobby: decoding unsolved mysteries in pop culture. She caught wind of the playtape story and managed to obtain a digital copy, ripped by an anonymous user on the deep web. She ran frame-by-frame analysis. What she found shocked her. Every 23rd frame contained a visual glitch, a flicker, almost imperceptible to the eye, but when isolated, they formed a sequence. Not just noise. Symbols. Ancient ones. Runes resembling the sigil of Tammuz, a Mesopotamian entity said to bind the soul through sight. Buried within the footage were still images. Decaying rooms, figures with blurred faces, a spiral drawn in blood, a symbol carved into flesh. Kessler theorized that the tape was more than a recording. It was a ritual. The symbols were part of an ancient invocation, a hypnotic curse. Watching the tape didn't just entertain. You it opened you. To what? Though she never answered that. Her blog went silent 2 days later. Her last post read, I think it's watching me now. She hasn't been seen since. Now the internet was ablaze. Cursed VHS, haunted footage. The playtape was the new Slenderman. TikTokers posted skits. Streamers reacted to fakes. Parodies flooded YouTube. But underneath the noise, something darker was happening. Private forums began to collect confirmed sightings. A Discord server named Playordi formed. Members shared stories of strange happenings. A few users posted what they claimed were fragments of the original video. Each one left viewers unsettled, headaches, nausea, panic attacks. A streamer named Hazem attempted to watch the full version live. Midstream his feed cut. Static. Then silence. He was later found unconscious. No medical explanation. He never streamed again. Even skeptics started feeling uneasy. Was it real? Or just a very, very elaborate hoax? But here's the thing with legends. The scarier they feel, the more they stick. And this one, it wasn't going away. Digging deeper, a name kept appearing. Elliot Varnum, an avant-garde horror filmmaker in the 1980s. Obsessed with subliminal imagery and ancient mysticism. His final film, Doorways to the Body, was pulled from shelves. After only one screening, audiences complained of nausea, disorientation, even hallucinations. Elliot disappeared in 1987. Vanished. House abandoned. All projects unreleased. But in his notes unearthed, years later in a storage locker, was a reference to the seeing spiral. A supposed ritual passed through media. It read, the eye invites the entity. The tape is not the curse. It is the threshold. Some believe Elliot created the playtape, a private experiment, a filmed ritual designed to summon something. Others think he merely documented what someone else made an older evil, repackaged for modern eyes. Whoever created it, one thing's clear, this wasn't entertainment. It was an invitation. 3 people have come forward claiming they watched the tape and lived. None are okay. Jillian, a former psychology major, lives off-grid in a remote cabin. She refused to show her face on camera. She said, it doesn't kill everyone, but you're never the same. You see things. In the corners, in your dreams. In mirrors that don't reflect quite right. Another survivor, known only as No, uploaded a video with his face blurred. He spoke in a flat voice, shaking. It's not just a video. It's like it knows you're watching. It watches back. It marked me. I'm not alone in my own head anymore. The third survivor was institutionalized. Scribbled spirals on his walls. Would only repeat one phrase. It's still playing. Whatever. The curse doesn't always kill. Sometimes, it changes you. Once rare, the tape started appearing in new forms. A torrent file, named play_me_final_cut.mkv. A QR code on a Reddit post that linked to a dark website. A YouTube video, with no title and a thumbnail of pure static. The format didn't matter. People who watched digital versions still reported the symptoms. The dream, the figure, the dread. Some theorized the tape was a meme virus, like an idea so poisonous, it infects the brain simply by being perceived. Others said it was evolving, spreading, learning new ways to reach fresh eyes. The phrase, it's still playing, began showing up on graffiti walls, bathroom mirrors, whispered into podcasts. One cryptic tweet went viral. The tape doesn't care how, it only cares that you watch. And every time it resurfaced, someone died. A research group calling itself Project Ian claimed to study paranormal media under lab conditions. They ran a controlled experiment. 10 volunteers watched the tape, under observation, IG sensors, cameras, heart monitors, everything recorded. Day 1. All subjects reported nightmares. Day 3, 2 dropped out. 1 broke a mirror in the lab. Day 5, electrical equipment began failing. Lights exploded. The footage, glitched. Day 7, 4 subjects died. 3 went catatonic. 1 escaped and has never been found. The footage of the experiment leaked briefly online. Frame by frame, it resembled Elliot Varnum's missing work. A message flickered in static. You saw it. It saw you. The lab was shut down. Data confiscated. The lead researcher hasn't spoken publicly since. Whatever this thing is, curse, signal, entity, it defies science. And worse, it survives scrutiny. So now, we reach the final question. Should you watch it? The tape has become myth, meme, madness. But myths often hold kernels of truth. Every version of this story leads to the same place. An encounter with something inexplicable. Not a ghost, not a demon, something older, something patient. Maybe it's a curse, maybe it's a test, or maybe it's just a mirror, showing you something you weren't meant to see. Because what if the real horror isn't what's on the screen, it's what's inside you, watching it. The playtape continues to circulate. Copies buried on hard drives. Fragments embedded in unrelated YouTube videos. Comments warning. If this plays static at 1:13, turn it off. Don't finish it. But someone always does. And someone always ends up dead. So against should you watch it? Only you can decide. But remember, some stories don't end with a fade to black. Some just keep playing forever.